Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back. Let's get right into it. Investing for Interest 108. The magic of CD ladders. CD ladders. All right. Now, these are part of our high yield emergency fund. Okay. A lot of people save their emergency fund in just a standard savings account. So we want to get the safest instruments possible but also get as much yield as possible. Okay. So CD ladders are now part of that. Now, you can go back and read all my other invest for interest, right? They're all good. I got Series I bonds, Treasury bonds, everything in there. This is everything that's pretty much not on the stock market. All right, get this very attractive book. Thank you so much. Okay, what is a CD ladder? What is a CD? Certificate of deposit. You're basically locking your money in to a savings account at a bank for an amount of time. They lock the money up, almost like staking in crypto. If you know crypto, all right, this is the original form of staking. All right, you get a low interest rate compared to crypto. However, these things are FDIC insured, meaning that you won't lose your money. Okay. Now, CDs are important because now they're starting to get bigger rates. Now that the federal funds rate is increasing, you can get CDs close to 4% now, which is a decent amount of saving for not taking any risk. All right. So you always got to look at how much risk you're taking. And this is pretty much guaranteed. You're doing time risk by locking yourself up, but that's why we do a ladder. So what is laddering? Laddering is when you buy CDs over multiple months. So you say $1,000 every 3 months you put into a CD. If the rates are going up, you're good. If the rates go down and you still want to invest, you can. But it allows you to not only put your money in, but the money's coming out as well. So as long as you're happy with the interest rate going in, which I would say anything over 4 is amazing. 3 is iffy, but anything over 4 is amazing. You put your money in at 4, you put it in for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. It comes out. Interest rate might be 5, 6%. I doubt it, but it could be. And then you rebuy. If not, then you maybe put it in stocks. So it's a safe way to carry your money over for a year or 2 or 3 and go from there. And you keep buying multiple. You keep these things going. Maybe you have some at different durations, a year. Maybe the next month you buy $1,000 one at 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And you can do the years, you can do the interest rates, and you can just have a whole mix of CDs. Keep track of them, of course, but it's a good way. And you can take your money out with a little penalty. I don't think it's much of a penalty, but if you need that money for something else. So it's a good way to get higher than your standard savings account, which is usually going to be like 0.1%. Okay, so you decide what is high, low, and everything else. This is what my rate is, what I think. Medium is 3 to 5%. So we're looking at close to 4 coming up now. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. So I would lock up $1,000 4% one for at least 3-4 years. Yes, inflation is going to be high. I get it. But I'm never going to say that 4% is low for taking no risk. Right? Because you take a lot more risk in the stock market. On even McDonald's pays a 2.5% yield, dividend yield, and you're taking a lot more risk. Okay. Now, McDonald's, the stock might appreciate, might go up. You have an option of having a higher the ability for the stock to go up, but I'm more worried about the yield at this point. Okay. So 4% to me is good. So you will buy, for example, a $3,000 CD at 5%. Then you buy another one, then another one, and you just keep buying and buying. If that's a good rate, you buy it the next month. And the good rate keeps continuing. And then as they expire or they finish, you can decide what to redo. At the time when it comes out, if CDs are good, then maybe you put in CDs. If 30-year treasuries are good, maybe you put in 30-year treasuries. If bonds are good, or corporate bonds are good, you put it there. If stocks are good, you put it over there, right? So it is let your money grow for those 2 to 3 years. Okay, so now CD ladder versus high yield savings account. Okay, your high yield savings account It's gonna be much lower than the CD. However, you have access to that money. So that's for like your AC goes out, your car needs repair instantly. You need to send money to your parents or kids or whatever is happening. You need your high yield savings account. So you're gonna pay for a cost to have access. And I think the rate now is probably over 1% on your high yield savings accounts. I use Discover on mine, and I didn't check before reading this, but so that's why your high yield savings account, because you have access to it. Now, Series I bonds. Series I bonds right now are very high. Right? They're over 9% because of inflation. Series I bonds are not tied to the federal funds rate. Okay, so if inflation goes down to, let's say, 1%, but the federal funds rate stays at 6%, and so your CDs are like at 6 or 7%, there could be a possibility where CDs pay more than savings bonds. Okay, savings bonds are tied to inflation. CDs are tied to the federal funds rate. So there's two different things. Because there's nothing saying that when inflation drops that they're gonna lower the federal funds rate. They might keep it high to keep inflation from raging out of control. So these are things that we kind of look into. So your Series I bond right now is yielding 9%. That's not a guarantee though. Okay, and the Series I bond is a 30-year. So you're doing 30-year ladders on Series I bonds. Okay. Now, CD ladder versus 30-year treasury. I wrote an article yesterday on 30-year bonds. Okay. If they hit 4%, I'm buying. Now, the difference is the CD, the money accumulates on top of each other, and then you'll get all the money at the end. The 30-year bond pays you twice annually. Okay. So you'll get money into your account. So you can actually buy a bond with the treasury and then choose what checking account you want the interest to go to. So you'll be earning the same amount, say 3-4%, but that money will be income coming into your portfolio, right? So it's good to have those bonds coming in because you can use the income immediately. Okay. So that's the main difference. And of course, the 30-year treasury is over 30 years. CDs usually don't go over, I think, 5 years ish. Okay. And I'm about to look into that Discover CD right now. Okay. Now, CD ladder versus USDC. USDC, right, is a stable coin. Now, as we know, the USDC is stable, but the exchanges that host them aren't so stable. So we're kind of in a place of flux right now for crypto. So if you're not inside the crypto world, I kind of would stay away for at least a couple months until we figure out who can we trust out there. Okay, can we trust which exchange we can trust? So we'll come back to crypto right now. Okay, so things are kind of out of control there. So let's look at your high yield emergency fund. You get your standard savings account. Okay. So I use that for, regular emergencies. Then I got my high yield for, the bigger style emergencies. So with savings accounts for things like $200, $300, $500, maybe anything less than 1,000. High yield, I will get up to like 10,000 in your high yield. You can solve any problem with $10,000 for the most part. Then I have Series I bonds. Now your CD ladder skirts right in there. You have your 30-year bonds. You also have, 5-year bonds, 10-year bonds, 2-year bonds. You have a lot of treasury bonds. I think it's 2, 10, 20, 30, whichever one. Then you have your USDC if you find a place we trust. Okay. So all this stuff is off the stock market. Okay. These are all based on interest rates. So it's good to have, right? So you have your stock market stuff. It's all in flux. It's going up and down. But this stuff is also paying you safely, except for maybe crypto right now. Okay, so is a CD ladder right for you? CD ladder is for everybody, and it's going to get you in a mindset of keeping your money working for you. Okay. Now, in the 80s, they had CDs at like 15%. Now we're going to get that high? Probably not. But 3, 4, 5%. 5% would be nice. I would start buying a lot of. I will buy 30-year bonds hand over fist at 5%. And I would definitely buy some CDs as well. You keep your money going. Okay. There's only so much money you need to keep on hand, and then everything else you can keep it working. Okay, because the main goal is to have enough income to solve most of your problems. Now keep an eye on interest rates. Okay, the federal funds rate. I have a link in here to the federal funds rate, the daily rate. Right now, it's 2.5, and so your CDs are going to be higher than that. The federal funds rate is pretty much going to be the lowest rate, and then your treasuries are going to spark off of that one. Okay, your 2 year, your 10 year, your 30 year, and the CDs are going to be higher. CDs are going to be closer to somewhere between federal funds rate and mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are like at 6 now, so CDs should be at like 3.54. So check it out. Find your best place. Make sure you trust the place you're putting your money into. So I would rather go with a place I know for a lower rate than somewhere I don't know. Okay. So, but with that being said, okay, CDs are very important. All right, download these books. This is a big book right here. This is like 424 pages. This is like 105 chapters. And I'm working on part 8, and it's going to be like 120 chapters. Whew. This one is 315 chapters. So there's a lot of free books down here. Grab those things, read, get smart on everything. You should be thinking about money, not in a bad way. People make us seem bad, but we should be thinking about money all the time because we're trying to be good stewards of our money. That's what the powers that be intended, not to blow it and just give it away and be reckless. Okay, there's things out here on this earth that we can use to be good stewards of our money, protect it, have it working in the background so we can take care of our families. This is the only way we're going to take care of our families, by learning this information. Okay, so keep it going. Download the book, nice looking book. And from there, have a good day. All right, with that, I'm off. Bye.